Hello and welcome to Sunday's very, very special edition of Cracking the Cryptic, because today we are celebrating a birthday, not our own, I hasten to add, but the birthday of the man who must be the most popular Sudoku constructor on this planet. Aard van de Wetering from the Netherlands turns 81 years old today, and there are 81 cells in Sudoku, so a very propitious birthday. And Aard has created a puzzle for his birthday. It's called 9 times 9 equals 81, indeed. So a cell for every year of Aard's life. And I can think of nothing better than to solve an Aard van de Wetering puzzle, especially today. The history of Aard's puzzles on the channel it's hard for us really to overstate. I did snip a piece of the analytics from the biggest video that we've ever published, which we called a Sudoku with only 4 given digits. It came out a few years ago now, but if I just show you this, it's absolutely extraordinary. So that's the sort of thumbnail picture. I'm sure most of you, probably is most people watching this video, found the channel from Aard's this puzzle here with the magic square in the middle, and you can see it's had 9.8 million views, and watch time is 1.2 million hours. 1.2 million hours of humans' lives have been spent watching this video. It is absolutely unbelievable. And it doesn't stop there. Sort of 5 or 6 other videos of Aard's puzzles have millions of views. His puzzles are so popular because they are always beautiful, and this is another one of them. And the rule sets are incredibly simple. In this one, each of these lines contains digits summing to 9. That is it. That is literally it. So anybody can look at this puzzle, immediately understand the rules, immediately get stuck in. Aard's puzzles aren't normally monstrous to solve, but they give this incredible sense of satisfaction because they do contain clevernesses. And when you discover the clevernesses, you feel clever. And that is the gift that Aard gives, is making the solver feel good about themselves. And it is no mean feat, and he is just so good at it. So from Mark and from me, Aard, thank you so much for your puzzles. And a very, very happy birthday today. I hope I'll be able to do your puzzle justice. I know Mark has solved it already and says it's brilliant, so I'm very much looking forward to having a go, of course. And I'll reread the rules. I've sort of told you them already in a moment or two's time. Now, what else can I tell you about today? Let me just run through a couple of things. We are streaming tomorrow night, 10 p.m. UK time. Love to have your company for that if you're free. We're returning to the Blueprints Mansion, it goes without saying. We've got a brand new app out, Classic Sudoku Volume 2. Check that out. We've got our competition over on Patreon. The closing date is approaching. The closing date's the 20th. So you've still got plenty of time left if you haven't attempted the puzzles yet. There are only 7 to solve this month. So do have a go and see how you get on. And anything else to mention? Birthdays. Other birthdays apart from Aard's. Let me look at that list. Danny, it's your birthday today, and I know this because your friend from work, Zeke, wrote to me. I think I remember you, Danny. Did your wife have a baby boy a year or 2 ago? I may be totally misremembering that, but anyway, Danny, many happy returns. I think you and Zeke both watch, if I'm not mistaken. I hope the chocolate cake today is excellent. Desi, it's your birthday today, and I know this because your husband Jordan wrote to me. I think the two of you do the crosswords and the Sudoku, so thank you for getting so involved in these wonderful puzzles. And Desi, I hope you have a great birthday with chocolate cake, obviously, heavily iced. Jake, it's your birthday today, and I know this because your boyfriend, yes, your boyfriend, I couldn't see if it said best friend, but it says boyfriend, Christopher, wrote to us. Christopher is better known, I think, in the Sudoku community as Arctan, if I'm not mistaken. And Christopher, I can tell you the testers are looking at one of your puzzles at the moment. What might be called Wicked? Might have got that wrong, not sure. But Jake, many happy returns. I hope the chocolate cake is excellent again. Next, Kayla. Kayla, you've turned 18 today. A big birthday indeed. I know this because your mum, is it Shenna? I hope I'm saying that correctly. Wrote to us. I know that you're a freshman, Kayla, at Carnegie Mellon, doing philosophy and linguistics. My goodness. And the email that I had said that you were bright, creative, caring, funny, and that your mum and dad miss you very much. I think there's 2,500 miles between you at the moment, but they're so thrilled that you're loving your college experience. So I hope this is a nice message to get on your 18th birthday. Many happy returns. I hope that the chocolate cake is excellent. And then finally, Sherry. Sherry, you've turned a birthday, to a secret birthday today for the 19th time. I think we'll express it that way. Over there in Crofton, Maryland, just outside Annapolis and just 20 miles from the White House. I have been to Washington, D.C. once. I really enjoyed it. It's a fascinating city. But Sherry, I guess I gather you're putting extra icing on your decadent chocolate cake, as indeed you should. And thank you for describing Mark and I as kooky. I'll take that as I have been called much worse than that in my time. So kooky goes into the list of positive adjectives that Simon has been described as in his time on planet Earth. Anyway, Sherry, many happy returns. Now, let's have a look at the puzzle. Let's have a look at odds 9 by 9 equals 81. The rules are not going to take me long to read. They are as follows. We've got normal Sudoku rules applying. So we've got to put the digits 1 to 9 once each in every row, every column, and every 3 by 3 box. And then the digits along each line sum to 9. So those 3 digits sum to 9. That's it. Those 3 sum to 9, etc. Nothing complicated there. 6 given digits, so that would be a good idea for a title. Do have a go. The way to play is to click the link under the video as usual. But now, I get to play. Let's get cracking. Now, one thing that does occur to me here is I'm going to have to be a little careful, because except for this line, you see, normally ingrained in my brain is the fact that if I'm looking at 3 Sudoku digits and I'm adding them to 9, normally there are only 3 ways of doing that: 1, 2, 6, 1, 3, 5, and 2, 3, 4. However, that is making the assumption, which is not valid here, that the digits all have to be different. So, for example, that could be a 2, couldn't it? It could go 2, 2, 5. So we're going to have to be a bit careful. In fact, here's another weird thing about this puzzle. Like, why isn't this rule used more often? I mean, I know we have 10 lines, sometimes. But the concept of a line in Sudoku summing to a particular value, it's like a flexible killer cage. It feels like a rule that could possibly go a very long way. We're all familiar with killer cages, but this diagonal ability, it's there, isn't it? It ought to be very interesting and ought to be the source of lots of puzzles. Sorry, anyway, I'm rambling here. I don't know what to do particularly. Is it Sudoku? Yeah, no, it is Sudoku. Yes, I think. Yeah, where does 8 go in this box? Surely that is a very reasonable question. I mean, this is classic Ard. Ard makes you stare, but when you see it, it's like, okay, I should have got that straight away. Yeah, because these are 3-cell lines summing to 9, so you can't put 8 or 9 on any of them. So where's 8 going in this box? It's got to go there, I think. And in fact, that's got to be 9 straight away as well, because we simply can't put 8s and 9s on these boxes at all. So 8 is a bit restricted in box 7. And, oh, well, 8 is very nearly restricted completely in box 6 as well. Okay, so let me think this through. Well, hang on a moment. Okay, so 7 is a bit of a problem in this box, isn't it? Because it ought to be incredibly difficult to put 7 on a 3-cell line, summing to 9. But I mean, it is technically possible, and we're going to have to do it here. We can't put 7 here because these can't both be 1. So 7 is definitely in one of these cells. And that means that line that 7 is on is 7 double 1. So there is definitely a 1 in one of those 2 cells, and there's definitely a 1 in one of those 3 cells. Which means... well, what does that mean? Does that mean something good? Probably does. Oh, I don't know. You see, I don't have to worry about 6. I don't have to worry about 5. So the other digits are 4, 3, and 2. And 2... okay, so 2 is also in this coterie of digits because of Sudoku. So this digit is a 3 or a 4 by Sudoku. Okay, so let's... right, I don't know which one of these lines is 1, 7, but let's just say it was this one. 1, 7, 1 somehow. Then this one is going to have a 2 on it, and whatever this isn't. Which I think means that that one, in that instance, would have to be the other of 3 and 4 that's adding up to 7 with the 2. But yeah, because imagine this is a 2. These 2 cells add up to 7, don't they? And one of them is a 3 or a 4, which is the one in this box. So, right, so these cells are from 1, 3, and 4. And that probably matters. Sorry, I'm sure this is obvious to everyone else, but I'm not seeing it yet. What have you done here, Ard? Is it this one? I mean, I can see the minimum sum of those 2 cells is 5. If this was a 2-3 pair. So the maximum, well, we already know the maximum value of that is 4. So these either add up to 5 or 6. So they definitely, okay, they definitely have to have a 2 on them, don't they? It's 2 and then a 3 or a 4. Okay. And that's going to matter why. Now this digit can't be... well, it can never be 1, it can't be 2, so it's at least 3 or 4, which is capping this value out. No, not in a very useful way, I don't think. Wow. Okay. Hang on, I'll get something eventually. I can't get this going yet. What have you done here, Ard? I know, it might be this. I might be able to extract a little more. Yeah. Okay, that is not the most stupid thought I've ever had in my life. Okay. Yeah, this is it. It is this. It's this digit. That's where we've got to look, believe it or not. I mean, it's classic art. It's just a gorgeous Sudoku point. Right, we're going to have to think this through. So remember, one of these lines is 117. The other one is 234. And therefore it's got to have that one with 2, 3, 4 on it has to have this digit on it, whatever it is. Well, where's that digit going in this coterie? It's got to go there, because this sees all of those. So that digit is the green digit. And this is therefore the 1, which means this is the line that has 1 and 7 on it. This is the line that has 2, 3, 4 on it. Now, what does that mean? One of those is a 2. It means that. And then this line has got the other of 3 and 4 on it. It's got this case. This line has got the 3 or 4 that line's got on it. But we actually haven't been given much by way of 3s and 4s, have we? Literally nothing given is 3 or 4. We've been given 5s. Okay, sorry. I'm sure there's something very easy here. Let me just mull that over. Try and work out what it is. Is it this one? I don't think it is. I mean, I know they add up to 7, but there's nothing. Okay, right. One of the repeat digit options has been removed from this line. It can't be 225 anymore because this can't be 2. Yeah, so maybe this is the cell to look at. This could be a 3 or a 4. If that was a 3 or a 4, that is definitely an option. But why couldn't this be a 6 here and a 1 here? Would that be an issue? It might be. I'm just trying to work out why it would be an issue. 6 here. 1 here. I don't know. I don't think that's a problem. And I don't think... Yeah. Oh my goodness, right. Okay. I mean, how do you do this? That is so beautiful. Look, it's this line. That line is weird. And that line is weird for a very specific reason. So if you can't see why that's a weird line, just pause the video, because this is what he does. This is what he does. It's beautiful. And it's not, well, it's taken me 18 minutes to see that this has a property. And the property this has is that it has a repeated digit on it. How do I know that? Well, let's think about the 3 ways that you can add 3 numbers to 9 if they aren't including a repeat. The 3 ways, 2 of them involve a 2. Now you can't put a 2 on that line because this 2 sees all 3 cells. So 2, 3, 4 and 1, 2, 6 are ruled out. Now what about 1, 3, 5, which is the other way? Now this one over here is designed, I think, to be as far away so I wouldn't spot it. But I have spotted it. That 5 sees those 2. That 5 sees that one. So that this can't be 1, 3, 5. Now that means there is a repeated digit on this. So this digit, whatever, let's give this its own colour, blue. So blue is in one of those 2. Now, what is the repeated digit? I mean, it could be 1 again, couldn't it, I think? It could be 1 if this was 1 and 7. It can't... Right, let's put that in. If it can't be 2, definitely not. It can't be 3. Because if this was 3 and it repeated, it would be a line that contained 3 3s to add up to 9. That won't work. So it could be 4. And if it was 4, I'm desperately trying to see why this doesn't work, but I think it probably does. Then Yeah, 4, and that would have to go, because the 4 has to repeat, it would be 4, 4, 1. Right, so we do get 1 win for the goodies here, because we now know that these 2 cells do include a 1, because they're either a 1-4 pair or they're a 1-7 pair, and that means that cell is not a 1, which means that cell is not a 6. So that means this is a 2, 3, 4 line. Oh, that's oh, hang on. Yeah, no, so this line is now important. Ah, this is a beauty. This is a beauty, yeah. Look at those squares now. They're a 2, 3, 4 triple. And that means that this digit, which actually can't be 5, what is it? It's a massive digit. It's at least 6. Now, it can't be 7, I don't think, because if it was 7, this would be a 1, and that would clash. So I think that has to be 6, and that has to be 2, which means that's a 2. And now look at this. I've got a 3, 4 pair, so that's a 1. Oh, so this is 1, 7. It's not, because the repeated digit is 1 now. This is 1, 7, which is probably going to matter. So yeah, this is lovely. I can see the colouring. Yeah, right. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to look at all these 3 4s, and can you see that these 2? We know that of these 2, this one is the dark green. So I'm going to make this a different colour. Make that yellow. Now, because these 2 add up to 7 as well, that is yellow. And now look, this cell here, it sees both colours of yellow and green, so it can't be 3 or 4. That's got to be 2, which means that one becomes yellow. And if that's a 2, no, I thought it might do something. It might do something Sudoku-y. 2 is in one of 2 places in box 5. Now, 1 is in one of 2 places in box 1. Oh no. Oh, come on, this must do more than that. Is it this line somehow? I mean, this one does have to obey the rules. In terms of it does have to be either 1, 2, 6. If it was 1, 2, 6, that would... Oh no, okay, it's not 1, 2, 6. Because this can't be 1, 2, or 6. So it does have a 3 on it, definitely. And that 3 can't go here. Oh no. I'm sure this is resolved somehow. Okay, can it really be 2, 3, 4? That feels incredibly unlikely. Because there's so many sort of 3s and 4s looking at it. The 2 would have to go there. This would have to be yellow, and this would have to be green. And if it's not 2, 3, 4, it's 1, 3, 5. Is that okay? I don't know. I can't immediately see why that doesn't work. Wow. Okay, sorry. I must be looking at the wrong part of the grid then, but I've only got these lines. Those have to be quite big now. 7, 18. Yeah, you see, that's it. It's this. It's not where. It's never where you think it is. It's those ones. By maths, believe it or not, because well, look at the minimum value of these 2 cells now. That would be 3 and 4. Well, the simple thing to realise is, of course, if this adds up to 9 and this adds up to 9, the sum of both of those is 18. But these add up to at least 7. So the maximum value of those is 11. And they can't add up to less than that. because they can't be 1, 2, 3, 4. Because if they were 1, 2, 3, 4, this green cell couldn't exist in the box. So they have to be 1, 2, 3, 5. This has to be 3, 4. And green is 4, is what we've just discovered. So green is 4, yellow is 3, which means that's a 3, because we know that there was a 3 on this 9 line in the middle box. We've got a 1, 2 pair here. So this, oh, whoopsie, whoopsie, whoopsie. Right, so this is not 1 or 2. So this is not 3 or 5. This is now not, there we go. So this isn't 2. So 2 in the middle box goes there, which means this is a 4. And that is green. And that's a 3. So that is also green. And that's a 3. And that is therefore yellow. And now we will argue about, oh, that's, here we go, 1 and 2 we can put in. I never coloured 1s and 2s. Yeah, where's 1 in the middle box? There's a 1, 7 pair, so it has to go there, and now that fixes the way that this works, which fixes the way that this works. This is just, I mean, it's just so good, this puzzle. Oh no, it's not quite true. I was going to say I've finished all my 9 lines. I've still got this left. 3. I'll get a 3 in the corner. There, by Sudoku. That's 3 in the corner. That's 3 in the spotlight. Losing its religion. This is a 1, 3. Oh, this is done. Is that right? Yeah, looks like it is done. I get a 1, 3 pair here. So let's make that one yellow. I could get get another 3 in the corner. Because I've got I have got another 3. I've got another 3 in the corner. Let's use the 9 line. 4, 2. That's got to be a 3 to add up to 9. That's got to be a 5. That's 3 in the corner. That's 3 in the spotlight. Losing its religion. Oh, it's so appropriate that I've got 2 3s in the corner. That is all the 3s. Oh, 5s are not very... No, 5s... Are they doable at all? No, I don't think so. 2s, I can probably do loads more with 2s. Yeah, 2 goes there. Let's double click the 2s. I've got 8 2s in the grid, so I can plonk a 2 here. 4s must be good as well. Have we done all the 1s? Let's check that. No, I haven't. There's another 1 to be done here. Oh, sorry. Where's 4 in this box? That's been available for ages. Yep, get a 4 here. Let's make that green. Get a 4 in one of those two. No, I can do it. 4, 4. All the 4's done. Lovely. Right, so let's just take stock. We've done all the 1s, we've done all the 2s, we've done all the 3s, we've done all the 4s. So 5s maybe. Can't see how to do much with 5s. That doesn't mean that 5. I can, okay, I can get a 5 in box 1. These 2 5s, lock a 5 out of those 2 cells, so we can get we don't know where 5 is in box 2, but we do now know where 5 is in box 1. And that means, okay, so I get 5 and 8 now. And 5 here. Oh, this is going to go. This is going to go. 5s are starting to go, and that's giving me an 8 as well. Hang on. So 5. Yeah, this is lovely. It's working. 5s are done as well. Just Sudoku fixes the 5s. Now I got, oh, I need a 6 in this row. I can do that. So this is a 6 by Sudoku. Oh, it'd be lovely if this just finishes now. It might do, you know. It really might do. These 2 squares are 6 and 7. I shouldn't have said that. It's now not going to work. What about those? 6 and 9? So this is a 7 by Sudoku. So these squares are 8 and 9 in row 5. And in column 5, I also need 8 and 9. Now, what do you think we do next? Yeah, lovely. Where's 8 in box 9? And as so often, I don't know. but I do know it's in one of those two cells, and that seems to place it in box 8. So that's 8, that's 9. So 9 is in one of those, 9 is in one of these. Now, can we do any magic with that? Yes. Where's 9 in box 9? The answer is exactly there. 9, 8, 8 by Sudoku, 8 by Sudoku, 7 by Sudoku, 9, 6. We need 6 and 7 into we need 6 and 7 into column 9. And it's done. There we go. 6, 7, 7, 9. Something. 7 presumably. Oh, whoopsie, whoopsie. 7, 6. This row needs a 6. That column needed a 6 as well, but that's all. That all seems sensible. And 6 there. Wow. Oh no, not finished. Careful. There. That's fantastic. That is an absolutely, I can pay it no higher compliment than it is quintessential art, and it is superbly brilliant. It's so well put together. There's so many different little ideas going on in this. It's and simultaneously he may have reinvented a rule that's underused, I think. But it's beautiful, isn't it? The fact that there were so many lines that had repeats on it, and that was the key. That was when I spotted that one had to have a repeat on it. That was really important. Is it correct? Yes. Yes, it is. And it was absolutely phenomenal. Let me know in the comments how you got on with it. And I'd love to see some comments about Ard's birthday too. Wouldn't that be lovely? I enjoy the comments, especially when they're kind. And we'll be back later with another edition of Cracking the Cryptic.